What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James, shoot.com,
and we are here for Scarlett Johansson's Ghost in the Shell.
Yes. It's been a hell of a week. We had a lot of CinemaCon coverage. CinemaCon was here this week, and the best part about CinemaCon is that the week ends with me and Mr. Shu watching a movie on Thursday night. If you've not seen that coverage, click that white eye. We have all the studio presentations. We have interviews coming up this weekend from Charlie Hunnam, John Cena, Salma Hayek, Naomi Watts, and much more. Ghost in the Shell seems like a property that there are a lot of fans of. Not something that I'm very familiar with in as far as original or source material, but definitely looks like an interesting experience. You know, definitely could see the Blade Runner influence, at least in this version. I'm sure in the other versions as well. That's kind of one of the major influences. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be good. So,
well, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought. So when I heard that they were remaking, I never watched the anime, and then they said that
it's an anime, and then it was just, was there a show, or was it just those two films in the 90s?
No, comic book first.
Okay, yeah,
and then
comic book first,
yeah, and then but
there was
the
two
anime,
yeah,
and then they just made the second one recently, right? It was pretty recent when the second one was recently made, so they get to continue that story, and then. You know, they said that Scarlett Johansson's gonna be lead, and then there was rumors at the beginning they were actually gonna change her eyes up a little bit.
Yeah, I did hear that.
You know, and
make her look more Asian.
Yeah, which really would have been dumb as Emma Stone in where they said she was a half breed.
Yeah,
what movie was
a half breed. It's the one where she's in Hawaii. What is that called?
Stupid. It's stupid though. But anyway, so I didn't know what to expect out of this, and usually when I don't have anything to expect, I actually really enjoy the movie a lot, but. I'm just gonna keep it real. One, I think they really needed Scarlett Johansson, or else I would have been bored out of my mind, probably. The movie itself is really, really beautiful. I'm not gonna say what everyone says nowadays is visually stunning. I just thought it was a beautiful film, and I got a kick out of. I felt like I was in Japan. Like I was like, okay, that would be the future Japan, and I liked how all the billboards in the future.
I felt it was like honestly it felt very real. Like it is like, yeah, I definitely see the future looking like that.
Just like that. You know, like marketing directly in your face. And I don't know if did you see it as people were walking by? They were literally just like walking billboards. And I was thinking, yeah, that would be what it would look like.
That felt very real.
So kudos to the visual team for the VFX people for putting that beautiful thing together. Scarlett Johansson, I thought was great. I like her better as Black Widow for me, but maybe in part, if we get a Ghost in the Shell part 2, there'll be more human in her because she was supposed to be robotic in this one. But for me, overall, the movie was just it was okay. Yeah. You know, it was okay.
I guess since you wanted to break the pun of visually stunning, I guess this movie is a buffet for the eyes. It's a feast for the eyes. I mean, honestly, I don't think there is a scene in this movie where there's not something like beautiful, really great to look at. Yeah. I mean, even one of the closing shots of the movie is a person falling into a little pond, and it just looks so cool. Like they make things,
the water,
like just the way the water like kind of
a little Matrix-esque.
I mean, like Shu said, I mean the world building here I think is really strong. I think everything that you're looking at is a visual feast.
And you
get to see a lot of beautiful things in there, but I just felt low energy. I mean, there were some cool action sequences. I think the first action sequence is probably the strongest, the one that we see in the trailer.
That spider girl?
Yeah, the geisha
spider geisha,
Yeah, she was pretty crazy. I mean, they just look really cool. And that's like another thing. It's like not everything is, you know, all the CGI. I mean, like, even just something like the costume design and everything is really, really cool looking. But I just think here it's one of those situations where it's all sizzle, no steak. You know, everything looks really awesome, and it's all visual and it's beautiful. But when it gets down to the story, it's just not. It's not a very captivating story, I don't think. And I don't want to upset any of the fans of the original series. This story is I mean, but like at least in this version, I didn't feel the story really did anything for me to make me care about what was really going on. I mean, I was going through the motions, and it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't anything that I think I will remember or I'll keep with me. It was like this was a movie just in a shell. You liked it?
Yeah, that's great.
That's, I mean, no, but I honestly think that this movie is a movie you appreciate the VFX for.
Have to.
And the world building, like, I think the world
Beautiful.
that it created is really cool. Again, very Blade Runner inspired, definitely, for sure. But I just don't think it made any lasting impressions on me.
Blade Runner inspired. I thought this came out first before Blade Runner.
Well, maybe it did.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Blade Runner came out before.
First? Oh, this is kind of based on Blade Runner?
Yeah, because Blade Runner was back in
I didn't know that.
87,
Yeah, early
86. And
I
then
thought this was original.
This was in 96.
Well, I mean, the story I did, but I think, just like the idea of the future is very similar in Blade Runner. I mean, we've seen a lot of versions of the future that are very like this, so it's not super
Fifth
original,
Element.
but it definitely does. That's what it reminded me of. So
Fifth Element?
no,
Blade
Runner.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, we also got reviews up for
Boss Baby.
Boom, and we also got a lot of CinemaCon.
Yes, more CinemaCon coverage.
In 5 days, you got over 200 and
35,000 impressions on Twitter.
just killing it. Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Jacob.
At Jacob Tiranno, my
or
name.
At Chasing Cinema.
Or at Chasing Cinema. And on Instagram as well, we post a lot of videos and stuff like that. Like I said, I have interviews coming out this weekend, so basically the CinemaCon coverage is not over, even though the convention has come to an end. But it was a great year, and I'm glad that it's over.
So real quick, did you think the problem was Scarlett Johansson?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
I thought it was just the story wasn't great
But
for
I
me.
don't think, like, the problem with Scarlett Johansson is that she would do a bad job as a performer. Like, the problem with that they had with Scarlett Jo is that she was white and that they wanted, an Asian actress. And, that's kind of, that's more of another debate. Like, I'm trying to judge the movie just as is. I think Scarlett Jo did a good job, but at the same time, there is some valid points when it comes to talking about whitewashing in Hollywood and things like that. Sometimes they're valid, sometimes they're not as valid. I mean, I understand the craving, especially from the Asian American community or just the Asian community in general that want to see more representation on screen, because if there does feel like one really lack of presence in American cinema, I would say it's probably more the Asian community.
Yeah, and we're not just have to be smart, nerdy people. But hey, as an Asian,
if we've learned anything about Hollywood, is that, like, stereotypes to this day still happen.
As an Asian, though, it doesn't upset me. That's me, though.
It's fine.
So I don't get it.
I mean, there's a lot of people who aren't Asian that were upset.
Yeah, I know.
It's just that need for diversity, and I understand it. I mean, obviously there's been a large outcry for that, and but at the end of the day, I just judge it from opening credits to end credits.
Because you're a fair man.
I try to be as fair as I can.
All right, we'll be back in 7 days. We got next Thursday.
Do you know? I don't know off the top of my head either.
I love it, but we will
We'll
be
be
back.
back.
Though. And ChasingCinema.com is known as
The Film Lovers website.